What is going on, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? SimplyPops here, back at it again with another video. In this comparison, I'm going to be comparing Spotify versus Apple Music. Now, I wanted to make this video for a very long time, and before I even get into these comparisons, these both streaming platforms, I want to say that we came a long way in technology, man. I remember back in the days we had to take like blank CDs and actually burn them. Okay, I'm gonna add this playlist. I'm gonna add this to the playlist, the bus playlist, the car playlist. It had to be like playlists, and then you just burn it into a CD. Those days are just over, man. Now we have these two amazing streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, just here to replace that, man. And it's just amazing. No matter what streaming platform you pick, it's just definitely amazing just to tap on any song that you would like to play, and it'll just play it right there on the fly. Millions and millions of songs right there at your fingertips. But without further ado, let's get right into the comparison. Now, I'm gonna break down this comparison into 4 parts. So we're gonna have the features, the pricing, the sound quality, and the ecosystem. So we're gonna break it down into 4 parts, and let's start off with the price. So now with the price, they pretty much both the same at the end of the day. Spotify, basically $10 a month, right? If you're a student, or maybe if you want to get someone's email, if you have someone in the family that's a college student, you could probably get their email and register your Spotify account. Spotify will be $5 if you're a college student, which is pretty cool. $5, half the price off. That's a steal, considering the fact how you're getting all this music. And if you want to have like a little family plan, it's gonna cost you $15, and it's not that bad. Share the love, share the music, you know what I mean? Why not? It's the extra $5. Have someone else, your family, your grandma, your brother, have someone connected to the network of Spotify. So yeah, so the pricing is pretty fair, and pretty much the same thing with the Apple Music. So $10 a month. If you're a college student, it's $5. And if you want to be in the family plan, which I am in the family plan, I got my brother, my mom, and my cousin all in the Apple ID family system. Basically the family plan of Apple Music. So the pricing pretty much obviously is a tie. I think it's a good price because $10 a month, you get millions and millions of songs that you can stream from. And yeah, man, you can't beat that price, especially if you're a college student. $5, you can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Not only you're supporting the artist, you're just having like any music that you can listen to, man. You don't have to worry about getting this song and downloading this song and then pirating songs. Like, I don't care what nobody says. Streaming music is the best thing to ever happen into the music industry. It's the best thing to ever happen because it reduced the music piracy. So nobody have to go through like illegal websites to download albums. You can just stream right there on the fly, and you're supporting the artist at the end of the day. So definitely, it's a good look. And features is important because that might be a deal breaker for you, or that might be a reason why you would choose this streaming network. But let's talk about the Apple Music features. Now, the star of Apple Music is the exclusive. So there's a lot of albums, right, that's on Apple Music that's not on Spotify. So like, for example, this Taylor Swift album, right? Let's say I want to play Taylor Swift, right? It'll play Taylor Swift. Let's say I want to play Taylor Swift Red on Spotify. You're not going to find that on Spotify. So yeah, so that might be a huge deal breaker for you. Like nothing. You're not going to find it. But on Apple Music, it's here. So that might be a huge deal breaker for you. If your favorite artist is Taylor Swift, you might want to go with Apple Music, hands down. But yeah, but she's not on Spotify, which I was surprised though. I wanted to bump some Taylor Swift the other day, and she wasn't on there, so I was a little bit surprised at that. But it is what it is. And next up with the features of Apple Music, obviously you have all your, everything is integrated. Basically everything is all in one. You don't need to download an extra app. Everything is just integrated all to one. So I just have my music app and I just tap on it. My Apple Music is there along with my downloaded music. Everything is just right there on the fly, man. Right there. So it's definitely a good look. And you have Siri support, so I could say play no shopping by French Montana. Wait, is this thing on? Siri sucks, guys. Siri sucks. But you do have that integration. You do have that choice. That's something that you're not going to find on the Spotify side. That will only work with Apple Music. So just the Apple ecosystem and just the integration. Just have everything all in one, all together. Now, as for Spotify, I got to say, I like the Spotify features a little bit better than Apple Music. So like, let's say, all right, let me show you guys a trick. let's tap on Starboy for example, right? It'll play. All right, so let's say we found a device. So it's automatically going to detect that you have Spotify open on your iPhone or your other devices. So it's playing on my iPhone 6 Plus. I can control it with my iPhone 6. And let's say I want to even go crazy. I can have it on my Amazon Echo Dot. So now it's going to play on my Echo Dot. If I could tap on play. See? That's something that you won't find on Apple Music, and I don't understand why Apple didn't add that into iOS 10, because they do have the feature hands off where you can launch an application and resume it from your, your iPad, for example. They have that feature, but it's not supported for Apple Music, which I don't understand why, but Spotify have it. Hopefully iOS 11 will have it, and I think that's such a handy feature, because you can be inside the car, you jam into the song, but you want to go inside and lay down. You can pick up where you left off from another device right there on the fly with Spotify, and I definitely do like that feature a lot. Another feature that I like about Spotify, I just liked how the community, I just feel like the community is a little bit more loose on Spotify compared to Apple Music. So I can search up any kind of playlist. Alright, so look at this one, the fire emoji, right? Someone made this playlist, new hip hop, right? So you can make your own playlist and make it to the public, right? So anybody can play it. So I definitely do like this a lot. Apple Music, they have this, but I feel like it had to be, supported with the Apple Music team, and it had to go through the process. I just feel like that's whack, man. I just feel like it's so limited. Spotify, I can make a playlist right now and make it to the public so anybody can listen to. So I can go to my friends. Let me see. All right, so look at this for example, right? I can look at anybody's playlist. This is something that you won't find on Apple Music, and I just don't understand, man. All right, so shout out to Alvin. I just type in Alvin, and I can look at his playlist, right? So he have Antidote, Big Rings, you know what I mean? Come Get Her, you know what I mean? So I can look at what he saved as his playlist, and I could play whatever I want, and it'll play like that. Don't you let at the antidote. But yeah, overall, I had to give the point to the Spotify, man. And that's another thing too I hate about Apple Music. I hate their interface, man. I don't know about you guys, but just looking at the Apple Music interface, it really do, in a sense, bothers me. Like, I hate how everything is bold on the top, right? Everything is just so enlarged for no reason. Like, why is this taking up the whole screen? Damn near. Like, why? Now let's talk about the sound quality. This is important. Just reading the statistics, you're gonna have a better sound quality on Spotify compared to Apple Music. But it's not even all about that. It's about actually listening to the music. And I gotta say, you're not gonna really notice a huge difference. Yes, you can, play around with the bitrate a little bit. So you can actually change the streaming quality if you like. So right now mine's is on automatic. This will kind of reduce the buffering, because sometimes when you're playing a song high quality, you might have some buffering issues. If you're on 4G or LTE or something, it might have some issues. But if you take it to the extreme, it's nothing to play around with, and you guys can easily see 320 kilobytes per second. And Apple Music, I'm hearing, is only 256 kilobytes per second, but Apple is not going to allow you to change that. It's just what it is. That's it. Alright, so you can actually change your EQ too on Spotify, so you're definitely not left out. You're just not limited to Apple. So you can actually move this. So I feel like you have a better control of the EQ compared to Apple Music. This is all what you're getting for Apple Music for the EQ. So you have your different settings. You have your bass booster, bass reducer, hip hop, R&B, all of this, the list goes on. But with this, you can actually change the EQ. Like, you can move the sliders up and down. And then of course you have your basic settings. I feel like Apple should actually add it, buy it off of Spotify if you have to, because this kind of gives you a more control. So let's say you don't want that much bass, but you want that, you want that treble a little bit, you can change this around. I definitely do like that a lot on Spotify. So yeah, man, obviously the sound quality, I have to give it to Spotify. It's just that, like, I don't know, man. Like, you're not gonna really hear the difference. But sometimes, just this little control, just something like this, makes a huge difference on the sound quality, in my opinion. Alrighty guys, so in my opinion, the next round, which is the most important one, is the ecosystem. Which one is going to support? Like, which one is going to have more support? Which one is going to have, the exclusives, the ecosystem, the community? So now we're starting off with Spotify. I like how everything is Spotify ready. You know, my PS4, the PS3, the Amazon Echo. It's just, the list goes on and on. The computer, of course. Everywhere you go is Spotify support. It's Spotify ready. You know what I mean? So most products you're gonna get that has Wi-Fi is gonna have Spotify. Or if it has an app store, it gotta have Spotify. So Spotify is just everywhere. In terms of Apple Music, you're not gonna get that. Like, Apple Music is not going to be supported with the PlayStation. It's not going to be supported with the Amazon Echo. So you're going to have to look elsewhere if you're looking for those support. But like I said, in terms of the real ecosystem, in terms of community, I just feel like artists are going to drop their albums first on Apple Music compared to Spotify. Sometimes, a lot of the times, it could be a time exclusive. It'll be first on Apple Music, and then it'll make its way later to Spotify. And sometimes there's albums that's just only on Apple Music. So at the end of the day, it depends on what you want. Depends on what your artist. If you're a fan of Taylor Swift, you might want to go with Apple Music. It's the obvious choice. But if you have like a strong ecosystem, Spotify is where it's at, man. Because it's gonna be supported on a lot of devices. The main reason why I even brought Spotify is because I wanted to work with my Amazon Echo, because I just feel like it sucks, man. Like, I feel like Apple should allow developers to include Apple Music into products, you know what I mean? Like the PlayStation, you know what I mean? Like I said, the interface is pretty much similar in a sense, because look at both media players, Spotify on the top, Apple Music on the bottom. They're kind of similar in a sense, but I don't know, man. I have to give the slight edge to Spotify, but at the end of the day, I always find myself using Apple Music slightly more on my iPhone and my iPad. But when I get in, when I'm at home, I use Spotify more because of the Amazon Echo. So I'm paying for both. They both great, no matter which platform you pick. Hopefully I made your decision a lot easier. And like I said at the beginning, man, no matter what streaming platform you pick, it's just amazing that we even having this kind of technology today. The ability to stream any song that you want right there with a tap, and that's it. It's just amazing. Back in the days, we had to burn CDs and rip CDs and put this to the playlist and download this, purchase this, buying like gift cards just to download music. It was just a mess back in the days, and now we have it easy with just streaming. Thanks for watching, and salute. Bah.